the whole idea of you being a man, of you being an alpha male, right? When you are a simp, you can't be dealing with these women and then have other things that you're still working on, whether it's financial stability or just emotional stability. If you can't handle expressing your emotions because you don't know how you're going to react afterwards, then you don't express your emotions. It's really about what you do for yourself, what you do to make yourself a better person. What is up, my BBossBaddies and my bad men fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about what all women want from men, secretly want. This might not be some secrets to some people. Some people already may know this, but I'm sure there's going to be some people on here that don't. And also, this is women that actually want men. This is not no, I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man for nothing. I don't need a man. They just do this. They just do that. And the best line, all men are the same, not those types of females. And I'm sure I'm not gonna have a lot of guys that are thinking or talking about those types of females, but I know I have to mention this because there's gonna be some guys that are gonna mention how there's so many feminist women and how they're like this. So we're just talking about the women that actually want a man, and those women that don't want a man, this is not the video for it, okay? So, and also last thing I'll actually say is that you guys should be dealing with a woman that wants a man, because even if it's not going well for you guys and she's using you, she still wants a man for something, okay? So this is gonna give you guys that whole idea of what they specifically all want from men, okay? So you guys make sure you check out my other YouTube channel. I have 2 other ones. Make sure you check out my social media, and of course make sure you check out my other YouTube, no, I already said that, my Patreon, okay? Like, I'm all over the place, but whatever. Okay, so the first point that I have on my list for what all women secretly want, and this is not one of the biggest secrets, it's kind of out there because of the way that women act, but a lot of times women don't even want to say it with so much pride, right? But all women want to be taken care of or want to feel like they're taken care of. So depending on the type of female that you're dealing with, it's gonna be different levels of how they want to be taken care of, and then all the way to, you know, how they actually want to be feeling when they're being taken care of. So when you are dealing with a woman that's using you, or a woman that's just no good for you, basically manipulating you or doing things that's just making you feel ways that you don't want to feel, then you're probably going to be dealing with a woman that wants to be literally just taken care of, right? And then if you are dealing with a woman that wants to actually be taken care of, but is bringing something to the table and is actually reciprocating the energy that you're giving, even if it's not all the time, then you're working with something. You see, in common, all these women still have the same thing. They all want to be taken care of, but everybody has a different way they want to be taken care of. Now, down for the females that in their head, they want to be like, okay, my man's taking care of me. It's more of having that financial stability or that weight off their chest of, okay, you know what? I'm in a relationship and I can always rely on my man. Regardless of what situation you're in, the women that are actually going to be good women out here, that are going to be high quality women and that are going to be wives for you, hopefully one day, those types of females are the ones that are going to be okay with you being down at one point, okay with you not doing as well, even if you were doing well in the beginning or even if you weren't. They're gonna be there to just support you, but in return they actually just want to feel like they're being taken care of. And so that leads on to the whole idea of you being a man, of you being an alpha male, right? When you are a simp, you can't be dealing with these women and then have other things that you're still working on, whether it's financial stability or just emotional stability. Whatever that it is that you're doing, it doesn't matter. But if your woman doesn't feel complete as far as she is with the man, and maybe you're not at the best part or a place that you can be, but she knows the potential that you have, or she believes in you, right? So you guys often will not find women like that at all. It's really hard because a lot of times nowadays, because women, and this is the other girls that are just so stuck on, I need a man to take care of me, I need a man to just pay my bills, I need all this, and I don't need to give nothing in return at all. Those type of females are what's out there, and nowadays it's just like, you can't go into this and basically not bring all that you can offer and get away with anything, or, you know, at least get something out of that woman that you're dealing with. Because nowadays it's like the expectations are so high, and it's like you have a high expectations and then you have such a low anything that you're bringing in, low energy, low vibration, low financial stability as well. Like, you're not bringing anything to the table at all, or at least one thing, and girls are still expecting a lot of men out here to have it all going on. So nowadays, as I say, like, you know, if you do find a good girl for you, and there's going to be a girl that can ride out for you and all that, then you're not going to have a problem with her wanting to be taken care of in a way of feeling like, okay, I'm complete because I have a man, and my man has alpha male strategies and techniques. And it's not just because you have those things that you're working on or showing, but you know, it's like she's gonna believe naturally you have that going on, because by nature, you being a man, you're supposed to have these characteristics. You're supposed to be able, truthfully, to take care of your woman, right? And so it's just like, you jumping into this, if you're at a place where you're simping still, or you know, you still have so much work to do where you can feel like, okay, I'm giving my all, I'm doing really well, this is the best I can do, then if you're at that place, you're not going to be going out here and having a great time with these females. You're not going to get your way, because like I just said, girls want to be taken care of, more so of physically being taken care of and financially being taken care of. But like I said, there's also other types of females that want to be knowing that in their mind, this is a man and I'm still being taken care of because I'm fulfilled with having a man, right? Or having a family, things like that. What really matters to them is not as materialistic things as it matters to other women. So as I said, to wrap it all up, at the end of the day, a woman still wants to be taken care of, and some women just want to be thinking in their head. At the end of the day, it all just basically falls into women want to be taken care of, and all women have different ways that they want to be taken care of, but it all starts with they want their man to be leading or guiding or doing something that is showing that they have more charge or upper hand, or they're more of a male, right, than the guys that they typically may have dealt with, the simps, the guys they've taken advantage of, that lets them walk all over them. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing on my list. Now, this is actually very, very important, and you know me, I normally save the best parts for last, but it's okay, we might as well just talk about it, especially because I know some fellas already know this, but it's definitely some secret that's not put out there enough, because you can see how many men are still not realizing how much they need to change this or do something about it. Okay, so this next one is, and I have an idea, I have a feeling that some people will know, the people that watch my videos all the time. If you have an idea, comment it down below. But what all women secretly want from a man, they want their emotions to be able to be taken care of. They want that man to be able to handle his emotions. Now, the sad truth about it all, a lot of females be like, oh, can you express yourself more? Or, you know, you're never showing your feelings, you're never showing anything. But yet, the second a man shows his feelings and she sees, oh, now he's soft, or now he's opening up, or now he's showing a weaker side of him, all of a sudden it's going to be used against him. Just talking to men, saying that that's why I don't ever want to open up to a woman, or I don't ever want to get to a place where I'm, you know, upset about something, and showing that I have that soft side. And it's totally understandable, and I don't blame men at all for that. So as I was saying with this, it's like, it's just unfortunate because women expect you guys to really be able to kind of hide your feelings, right? But realistically, to be more real with you guys, what women really want is to see that side of your feelings, but they specifically want you to handle it. So it's more so of, okay, express yourself, like, oh yeah, I don't rock with this, I don't like that you do this, I'm not doing this with you, I'm not going to stick around because of this, I don't want you to do this anymore. Those are the specific things that females want to be told, because it falls back into females being put in check. And I've seen comments all the time like, you know, oh, if she has to be put in check, or she has to do this and do that, then she's not even worth dealing with. To a certain extent, that makes sense, but if you really think about it, going into any relationship and having something by nature built in you, you're gonna naturally have to work with somebody to basically try to resolve where it could work for both of you guys. So if you're gonna be dealing with a woman and you're feeling like, okay, she shouldn't be needing to be put in check, but if a woman is dealing with you and she's not understanding how you're feeling, but yet she doesn't want you to be so soft about it, what are you going to be able to do then? You're going to have to talk about it. And that's just really how some things have to go. And I feel like the bigger picture is that it's not about if somebody needs to be doing this, then they shouldn't be with somebody. But it's just more so, it's like when it happens and you guys are in that situation where you talk about it, or you discuss, or you finally communicate about it, what are you going to do next? And that's why it's like, it's better off for a lot of men to just not say anything to women as far as their emotions, because it's just like they don't know what to do with it afterwards. Once they tell this woman and she runs off and does something that he doesn't want her to do, men will still stick around. Men will still deal with it. Yeah, she might have did something that she wasn't supposed to do, but it just goes to show right there, like, if you stick around, you're still going to be going against yourself. Even though she's going against you, you got to help yourself, because it's times like that when you don't have the woman on your side or helping you, or she's not beneficial, that you just leave, you just walk away. But of course, it's so much easier said than done, but that's where you have to be able to control your emotions. And I feel like that's where a lot of guys lack to understand that, because they feel like, okay, well, yeah, she wants me not to say anything at all. She wants me to be such a rude guy that doesn't express nothing and just shows that, you know, all girls mean nothing to them. Yes, I understand that so much, but as I just explained, if you do this other alternative, and if she has potential for you guys to actually get somewhere and be a family or be a good couple, a great couple, then for sure you're gonna have to do something about it, and then focus more on what your end result is gonna be based on how she reacts to what you just told her or how you express your emotions. So I hope you guys really understand that it's not about, okay, yeah, my emotions should be all covered up, or it's not about how much emotions that this will do to her and do that. It's more of what will you do afterwards. And that's why women say, if you can't handle, they don't say this, but I say this, if you can't handle expressing your emotions because you don't know how you're going to react afterwards, then you don't express your emotions. And then it just goes to show that you're not emotionally able to handle your emotions. And so a lot of women want men to be able to handle their emotions. There's actually women out here, and you guys may not believe it, but this could be, I guess, a big secret. There's actually a lot of women out here, and it's still way more that aren't, but there's still women out here that are willing to literally hear your feelings out and then try to figure out what's best. But they do want you to express. They do want you to say something to them. They do want to communicate. And these are going to be more of the high value women. These are going to be more of the women that have a lot of things that they went through and they fixed about them, so they can almost relate to you and understand where you're coming from, right? And that's how you know you guys can get closer and connect. Not that I'm saying, okay, the woman that you're dealing with or the next woman that you're dealing with, go and do this. But I'm just saying, when there is an opportunity, when you do see that there is potential and you do act upon it right, then it's going to work out. It's going to work out somehow for you guys, okay? So I really hope that that part is really understandable. I do want to do kind of a whole video to help you guys understand the whole idea of being able to control your emotions. But I really do want you guys to focus on that controlling your emotions means that you can handle it no matter what. Not because, oh, you said something or you did something and now, like, damn, what's going to happen next? But just because you can control your emotions, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to the last thing that I have written down. And this is strong man. So this that I'm talking about, I'm going to be talking about physically, because I do want to do a part 2. And if you guys do want to see that, please comment that down below. And if you haven't already, please give this video a big thumbs up. But as I was saying, so with this one, I'm doing physically because if I do a part 2, which I plan to, like I just said, I will talk about the whole aspect of mentally, because it is very, very strong. But I do actually have a lot of mental, like, strength videos and things that are talking about how you have to mentally be so strong, right? And that comes first. Mentality is stronger than physical for me, because if you don't have it right up here, you're not going to be able to keep it running out here. Whether it's just like you were doing good for a bit, for you to keep going, you definitely have to be mentally strong. So a lot of women out here, and it also goes back to emotions, really, really want the man that they're dealing with, or the man that could be their future husband, to mentally be strong, of course, but because we're not talking about that in this video, but physically. And that's just the part of looking at a man and saying, wow, he is an alpha male. It's more of just image wise. Image is not everything, but the same way men out here want a girl with a pretty face and also with a nice body, you know, titties, boobs, booties, big booties, You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing that a girl will look at a man and say, okay, he's lean, oh, he's built, oh, he's big, right? And it's not just your way that you look, but yes, women will judge the face that you have. Yes, they'll judge the hairline that you have, the cut that you got. Like, they'll judge all these things. But realistically, it still goes back to mentality. But that's when the women are so stuck on the whole idea of you have to have it looking good out here. So really what I'm trying to say is that regardless, even if it's not the most important thing, because you men can easily do something about it, make sure that you look good. Make sure you actually physically look good. I know sometimes we may not feel like we look our best or feel like we're not the best out here. Everybody goes through things like that, right? But most importantly, if you mentally get it right, which is the first thing, and you know your worth and you feel confident, then nobody can tell you shit. Absolutely not. So after that, you then go ahead and get big or get bigger, or at least go get healthy, you know, eat right, run, do things like that where it's going to help you get to a place where you want to be, or at least just feel better about yourself. And some of these things, it's just like people focus on, I could care less about the way I look, or if she's too stuck on the way I look, then she shouldn't be worried about that, right? But it's just about you sometimes, right? And I'll wrap up with that. Like, yes, we talk about women all day, but realistically, it's really about you. This is why any man out here can get any woman they want, but it's really about what you do for yourself, what you do to make yourself a better person, what you do to show that you have the value. And lastly, I'll say last thing is that the value that you have, if you don't feel it inside and you don't actually bring it out, and somebody doesn't have a conversation with you and feels that you're confident, then at the end of the day, you're going to be seen to see that you don't have a lot of value, or you have no value. And so automatically it's like, do I even want to give him a chance? No, not even. Girls don't even want to. Like, who has time to really deal with somebody that's constantly insecure about their own issues, right? And although I'm a strong believer of, okay, you have to be by your partner's side and things like that, when you just meet somebody, you have to try your best to be all put together before you actually get serious with somebody. Okay, especially women out here, when they already have the whole idea of this is the exact man that I want most times, and he has to have this and that, you have to be mentally ready for that and strong completely. Okay, so I really hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on my social media, and make sure you check out my Patreon, and you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.